Okay, so welcome back to our channel. And since Dan is gone, unfortunately, I got a new member at the Photo Zero. Say hi to Diana.
Hello.
We're actually making a book club kind of thing, and we're going to talk about books like every week or so. And today we're going to start off with Diana.
Thank you. So this book I came across at uni. I started my PhD last October, and as you can imagine, it was getting more and more difficult as time progressed, and a bit overwhelming at times because more and more tasks were entrusted into me, and I sometimes felt like I wanted to quit. And some of the upper year PhD students actually recommended me this book that was released last July or something like that. So it's written by Kneebone. He is a surgeon and a doctor, a GP, and now he's doing a performance degree for the Royal College of Music and Imperial College. And what he did was he looked at all sorts of domains of expertise, if you want, like anything from tailors, embroiderers, stonemasons, and try to see what does it make a person to become an expert in whatever chosen field. And this actually really applied a lot to his path as a doctor, GP, surgeon, and now professor lecturer, and I found myself as well in this book. He divided this path of getting to be an expert into apprentice, journeyman, and then master, and he looked into how usually as a journeyman you experience all the bad things, and one quote of his book is that you are at the bottom of the hill and all the shit is flowing down towards you. So I kind of felt like that in this past year, but after reading this, I understood that this is my way of doing my time and trying to integrate myself in the circles, in the lab circle that I'm working in. And just by doing these tedious tasks, I can actually go more and more to the center and become better, and even progress to the next steps of this expert journey. Yeah.
And how much would you rate it out of 10?
I would say it's still quite worthy, and sometimes it's really difficult to find. You need to really imagine and try to put yourself in his shoes to understand how you might find an analogy with your path.
Yeah.
So for that, I'll give it an 8.
8?
Yeah.
That's actually a good rating. So you would recommend others filming over there to read it?
Yeah.
You would flip the camera later to show its face. Okay, so the book that I read is 40 Rules of Love, and it's not as the name suggested, to be honest. It's something that my friend gave me a long time ago, and she really strongly recommended it, but I never read it because of its off-putting name. And but then I searched for it online, and it was more about Sufism back in 14th century. So it basically revolves around the story of Shams of Tabriz and Rumi, and they were both big philosophers in Islamic culture back in 14th century, I think, something like that. And they talk about how they actually met and how they discuss the different ideologies of Islam and everything. And at the end, they actually felt emotionally connected and stuff, but people didn't accept it, and they started having conspiracies against them. And at the same time, how this is well connected to a person's life in this present century. So that is something that I really found fascinating, especially the Islamic ideology, because I feel it's a bit misinterpreted in this kind of world right now, with all the terrorism and stuff. So that was really good. So I would actually give it about 7.5 out of 10. Yeah. And the next one will be done by Dan.
Hi guys, so I'm going to review 1984 by George Orwell. I watched the film many times, and I heard that the book had a lot more content in it, and the story was much more elaborated, so I give it a go. And I must say it's a masterpiece by George Orwell. The book was actually written 40 years prior to 1984, and it was his way of sort of portraying how a totalitarian world would look like in the future because of the Second World War at that time. And So yeah, the book it's based on a dystopian world. So basically everything is ending in a bad way, and everything is controlled by the state, also known as Big Brother, and everyone is being watched. So anything that people do is being monitored. So they can't do much, and if people are having bad thoughts or stuff like that, there is a police called thought police who will then take them and like torture them or brainwash them and make them follow what the state tells them to do. Yeah, so I think it's a really interesting book, and in the book you can find much more information. I like the language being used. The author created a sort of like new language as well, which is really cool. And yeah, so I hope you'll enjoy it. We're gonna leave all the links in the description so you can check them out online, and I hope you enjoy the video, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you, Diana, for coming to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and for the next book club, we will definitely like to have you over again. So, you too, Adesh.